morning, wherever you are in this wonderful world.
It's been a while, hasn't it? We haven't had a live show in how long? When?
Ages.
Look,
my beard is.
Your beard is long, and your hair is long, and
yes. Well, I still can't do the Prince Charming thing, you know.
No, you can't do that, and you can't do the Gandalf thing either. You're gonna have to.
Yeah, but you're zombie here. You don't have to.
Okay, so so a long time. So we actually have some stuff to tell you this time around. Excellent. And we're going to start off with replacement shipping. I don't know if anybody who's watching was concerned with that. We sent. Okay, we sent out replacement shippings to most of you guys, almost all of them, and the remaining replacement shippings will go out by next week, Wednesday. So everything should be delivered then. Well, not delivered then, but it goes out and then you will get it soon. We're very sorry about the delay. That wasn't really in our power. There were a lot of complications that happened, and we tried to do the best we could. Now everything's gone, though, and we're hoping you will get it in one piece, and the post office doesn't screw up. So that's awesome news. Moving on, we have a film crew sitting here, right? And we're being filmed in 2 angles right now. So you guys are watching 3? Oh yeah, there's 3 cameras pointed at us right now. That's crazy. And a huge microphone. It's like a movie set in here.
It's a legitimate boom microphone.
Oh yeah. We're like super professional right now.
Huge microphone. That's what she said.
Yeah. Okay, that was
It's so good for that.
I see what you did there.
No.
Only get pure professionalism from Black Forest Games.
Yeah.
That's it.
We just want to welcome the guy that's new there. See,
Yeah.
so there's one who has
You
never
have a
watched
new
it
person?
before, so we're just
Oh
welcoming
yeah,
him.
you gotta get used to this
Andrew.
craziness.
Andrew.
Exactly.
Hi Andrew.
Andrew made it.
So he knows what to expect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can I continue? Yes. So anyway, we have a film crew here. They're doing a documentary about Black Forest Games. Where is it going to be released, published? I don't know. Are we going to say something? Do we know anything?
Probably in the middle of July.
Okay. Awesome. So it'll be released middle of July, something like that, and people who speak German will be able to fully understand, and everybody else can
it's okay because I'm gonna have subtitles, and so is David. We have subtitles.
You have subtitles?
German
Excellent.
subtitles.
Awesome.
Emily,
Too
can
bad.
you please stop moving your arm?
Am I hitting you in the face? Sorry. I just go like
That's
this.
what she's...
I'll just do this.
I see
You're
what you did
safe.
there again.
Thank you.
You're safe.
Okay.
Just
Okay, but anyway, that was an awesome... Okay,
You're
really?
really tearing our studio apart,
Yeah.
gals. What
Can you...
What did you do to
We
Giana?
it will fall down like 3 times more.
It's okay. It's fine.
I'll just
Okay, so
I'll
calm
show
down.
myself out.
Calm down. Let's get back to our usual professionalism.
Oh, guys.
I'll show myself out.
It was a really nice experience having them here. It was awesome, and we're looking forward to what they make out of all this crazy footage that they have. What else? PlayStation Network news. Yeah. So we have news that you will get news next week. We can now though say that we will finally announce when it is released very soon, and this time we actually mean very soon, not soon TM. Next week look forward to that. We're going to announce the release date, and that'll be a day to celebrate. Or are we doing anything for a release day celebration this time?
Yeah.
Maybe burgers.
Well, burgers, yeah.
I'm for burgers and having people that want to join over here.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Always.
So if we decide to celebrate PlayStation Network release,
You should just come here.
just get over to our location. You're very welcome. There will be burgers, even burgers from Emily. Emily's burgers are awesome. So I would kill for a good burger with your barbecue sauce now.
I will make you burgers.
Yeah, okay. That was that. Okay, then next news. You probably heard that we have teased a new Kickstarter. The project Ravensdale. I think we have a link in the thingy, right?
Yes, there is. Okay, there is a link right below what you're watching right now that says go to the Project Ravensdale development blog. I fixed it in theory.
That's always a good start.
But if it works for you, is up to Twitch entirely, because at first the link was appearing as a typo, and so I fixed it, and it says the right one in it without any typos. But I was having some issues getting to it, so.
Okay, but anyway.
But if you need it to get to for information on Ron Ravensdale and the Kickstarter in general, you can go to projectravensdale.com. So I'll post it when I get back to the seat, but it should be easy enough to remember. So.
And there you have all the information that we have put out so far. You have our contact information regarding Tumblr, mailing list, and everything that has anything to do with Ravensdale. In case you don't know, Schmitty is now going to tell you everything that Ravensdale is.
When did that happen?
No, just
okay, I can do it.
Yeah.
So, basically, what is Ravensdale? Ravensdale is a medieval petrol punk run and gun with tons of orcs, cool guns, high focus on cooperative gameplay, and we hope that we can all squeeze it together in one juicy big mix for you guys to play with it. And we right now are really, really eager to see that happening, so hopefully we can pull off that with the Kickstarter.
Yes.
We don't have a set date for the Kickstarter yet. We want it to happen soon.
This time it's actually soon TM.
Soon, very soon. But we don't have a date for you yet, but we should have one in the next couple of weeks.
There won't be owls, I think.
I'm
Maybe guest appearances by owls.
at least I will nag all the time the designers that we get the secret owl level. That would be great.
Excellent
We
secret owl.
could put drow into drows.
Yeah.
Drows.
Growls.
Drows.
Really growls.
Oh yeah,
Growls.
really. Drows.
Okay.
But even if there are no owls, it will be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we actually can't go without owls because look, it does make Void cry if we don't do owls.
Okay, so we're gonna have.
Okay.
Somehow.
At least I have to pretend to.
Oh, that's so sweet of you.
We will try to get owls in there somehow. What the fuck?
Weird sound. I think we have a poltergeist in here.
You know what? I actually think that this room may be haunted.
Yeah.
Because it's insane how many weird things go on and how many things happen.
Probably.
I think that's
Yeah, it
just
is.
you, though.
I mean, if I would be a
I
ghost,
prefer to think that it's
if
haunted.
I would be a ghost, I would come here just to feast off our awesomeness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very true.
Okay.
Anyway, so that is what we can tell you right now what Ravensdale
Cool, can I
is.
have
So,
Nintendo now?
Up to 4-player co-op, awesome action, platforming stuff. You will get to know more about it in the coming weeks, and apparently Emily is eager to talk about stuff now, so there you go.
Because I can finally talk about the Wii U version. Oh my god. Because I get hundreds of little tweets and messages and when would it ever be on Wii U? Or have you guys thought about porting it to Wii U? You should. And it's like, yeah, we're doing that. So now I can talk about it, thank God. I'm so excited. We are going into Nintendo's submission very soon, as in within the next week or two. I don't know the specific date, and I just played the build that we're submitting today and yesterday, and I actually beat Hansel and Gretel for the first time ever, and I'm really proud of myself. All by myself, I beat them. Schmitty was really proud of me for doing it. So yeah, it's actually the specific reason that I tested it is because I'm the worst player in the entire company. So I played it to make sure that the key demographic of the Wii U would be able to play it, which is children. So I'm excited about it. I'm really excited.
Yeah, sounds good.
Anyway,
Awesome.
so we're aiming for a late July, early August release on the Nintendo Wii U. So, yay!
And regarding the question if there's fancy touchscreen stuff added, no. No fancy touchscreen stuff. We do use the secondary screen because that's a necessity for the Wii U, but I don't actually know exactly how we do it.
It's just
Basically, you can just carry the game with you and play it on the
exactly.
on the thing. So
it's just the copy of your TV
Yeah,
screen that
exactly.
you have there.
So the whole thing that if somebody else wants to watch Game of Thrones, you can keep playing. Although I would, never mind.
Don't do it.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to spoil.
It'd be mean.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done, so I'm gonna leave. And
See
probably
you later.
leave a path of destruction.
Okay.
She didn't leave a path of destruction in my face. I'm glad.
Sorry.
Right, and our girls are still up, right?
Yeah, everything is A-OK. Okay, so moving on. Sarah will now ask very, very interesting questions of Shruti.
Go ahead, Sarah. Grill him.
Dun, 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 dun. Now we will test if you can answer the question without seeing them.
I love you too.
Is the multiplayer session with Mazu still scheduled?
Yes, session is still scheduled, but tomorrow we will know when exactly. We have right now 2 dates circling around. I can still promise it will be this month, if I'm not mistaken. Emily, I'm not mistaken, right?
It's either going to be the end of this month or the middle of next month. It depends on their schedule and.
Okay.
But it will be soon.
Yeah, soon, definitely soon. So it will totally happen. We will get the games soonish. Try to warm up a bit because since we know that the guys from Mazu love shooters in general, we will be sitting at the dying end of the deal, I think. So yeah, you will have lots and lots of fun watching us being slaughtered.
Oh yes.
I still need an owl skin. Can our artists do an owl
Yeah,
lord
let's do
skin for me?
an Owl Lord skin for Unreal. That would be excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even think it's that hard. Okay. Regarding shooting, did you film the Nerf war in your office?
So actually, we have not a real Nerf war yet. We're still it's like the Cold War time when Cuba was planting Soviet missiles on its shores.
But today,
Today we had the first
skirmishes.
Yeah, the border skirmishes to test out our strengths. The film crew we have here actually have probably filmed a bit of it, not everything. Sadly.
Did you film our tank?
The most awesome thing is we decided to counter Nico's extraordinary firepower because he has automatic weapons with our custom built Knete and Schmitty tank, which was basically one of our hilariously expensive office chairs. Knete was using the back of the chair as a shield, shooting around it, and I was basically the engine. And she was telling me, forward, left, right, back. So yeah, it was
Powered
awesome.
by Schmitty engine.
Yeah,
Excellent.
and that's what we do when it's getting A, too cold, or B, too hot in the office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first battles have been fought. There will be many more to come, and we will also try to capture that on film if we can. So.
Next time we make sure that we convert Emily into a war zone reporter.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I see her happy face.
I keep going with your questions. We have one from here. It's okay. Stable.
Can we just put it?
No, what are you doing?
You putting it down because I'm afraid it will just hit again. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, so next question.
Next, yes. Will Giana ever come to PS Vita?
We don't know. We're not sure about this. It's a potential step we could take, but for now, our focus is lying on getting the PlayStation Network version out, which is happening, and as soon as possible, the Wii version out. What we do afterwards, it's still undecided, but we certainly want to expand to further platforms with Giana. So we get lots of people, actually when we were at RPC, we were talking about that after our little questioning and answering session here. When we were at 8 RPC, many people tried playing Giana Sisters. We had a little booth there, and people were playing it. And most people asked about, hey, is it coming to Wii U? And a couple of them were asking for things like, is it coming to Apple iPad or something like that? Maybe that's an option in the future, but we still don't know. It's still undecided, so yeah.
Yeah. Next question. Keep going. Lace.
Will Ravensdale have a single player option?
Yes, probably it will have a single player option. We try to go from 1 to 4 players basically. How it will work, it's still undecided, or I'm still not aware of it because I'm right now only in the group which is working on the audio side of Ravensdale, and the only left level designer who is doing full force work on the Giana Sisters add-on.
The good thing about the exciting thing about the Ravensdale Kickstarter is that this time it's actually the way, it's not a kick finisher like Giana was, it's actually a Kickstarter, so it actually starts from the beginning of development, and you get to experience all the pain and troubles that, no, never mind, the excellent and perfectly smooth workflow of the production from beginning to end.
You were talking about us with we are living through the pain.
Okay, next question.
Will you be able to play on the orc side of Ravensdale?
It's still undecided. So right now it's just planned to play one of the 4 heroes as a single or as a team. But if we see how the Kickstarter campaign progresses, and during the Kickstarter campaign we will take a lot of feedback from you guys and a lot of suggestions you have, and take all of them into consideration and try to building around them. So if many people say, hey, we want to play as the orcs, going after those humans in the city, I think we can cater that, basically. So if such a sufficient amount of people wants it, I'm totally for playing orcs.
Okay, so we had a question.
We had a question from the chat. Will Giana Sisters be direct port on PSN or eShop, or will they have extra content? For instance, the sisters having unlockable Mario and Luigi costumes in the Wii U version.
I guess we have to have a little nice chat with Nintendo then. I think they have the last word about that. I mean, I would totally dig that and love that to do that.
Yeah.
But I don't know what Nintendo's say is in that. I mean, if they say, hey, we like your game so much, and what do you think? It's the year of Luigi. What do you think about the Luigi cameo or Luigi costume or Mario costume? We would totally go for that. It would be actually a super big honor if this day once happens, when they came to our headquarters or just give us a call. Hey guys, we like your characters so damn much, we put them into the next Smash Brothers.
Yay!
So fucking awesome!
Giana Sisters and Smash Brothers. That would be That would be fun.
They want totally.
Schmitty costume. Okay.
What?
Never mind. More questions?
More questions, please.
I have one more question here. As game developers, what goal do you seek to achieve when making a game? What drives you and what inspires you? Besides stake, of course.
The question is if this is a personal question or a question for us all. If it's a...
I just
Take it as
asked
a
it first
personal
you and then asked you.
I think I answered first then. So for me, I love games. Since I picked up my first game when I was five and a half. And a cousin of mine handed me his big old chunky Game Boy where Super Mario Land first appeared. That was my first contact with games, basically. Afterwards, that followed Monkey Island on the PC, and since that, basically, I'm in love with games. Since I picked up Mega Man, I was like, I want to do games like that. So it basically came, and I was like, okay, I like to play that stuff, but I also would like to do that stuff and make other people happy, like those games make me happy. So I think this is for me my driving force. Motivation. Wonderful. Force and motivation. Wonderful.
What about you, Nico?
And first of all, I enjoy working in this industry. It's awesome. It's like it's so much. Okay, that's a personal opinion of mine, obviously, but I think it's so much better than working anywhere else.
Yes.
Yeah.
As someone who has worked somewhere else, yes.
Yeah.
So and this equates to me having fun on my job means I can do what I enjoy doing, and that also means I do my best work. And gaming has been with me since forever, since I first picked up an Atari 2600 back in the day, and quite a while ago. I feel old. Anyway, and ever since then it's been with me. That was the reason why I changed my career from translation to gaming. And so I love doing what I do. I love creating these experiences. Thank you, Ben. Thank you. And it's like, you know what? Now that you've said that, you're gonna. Never mind.
You
Feel my wrath.
You know.
Good job, Ben.
You know what happens?
Emily's dying.
In 5 or 10 years, probably we will have a live show, and someone will tell it to me.
Yeah, that's okay. And then I will have my first gray hairs and everything will be featured. Yeah. Okay. Are we? Oh, Sarah, what is your driving motivation?
Well, I'm the person who asks questions. I'm
Yeah, that
the
doesn't
one who
matter.
answer
It's
it.
okay. Everybody wants to know.
So it's basically what Schmitty said and what Nico said.
Making it easy for yourself, aren't you?
Since the post.
What's just happened?
Something is happening with the camera. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say. I love games. I love working here. So
Here I am. Yes. Okay, good.
I never played the ET game.
Oh,
I never did it. But actually, I'm quite scared of the internet cult that is spun around that games. You know, I've seen good and great games. I've seen bad games. I've seen worse games. But I never encountered something like that.
I think honestly, I have a game that I think personally is worse, but in a more hilarious way. I haven't played it. I've just seen it, and I won't even say what it's about. I'm just gonna say, try searching for Custer's Revenge.
Oh no.
and then you know, never mind. Will the Giana Sisters ever speak? Who knows? As far as I know, we are still thinking and probably eventually going to do another Giana Sisters game. Maybe they will grow up.
Yeah, I would really love to go really into deep story and voiceover characterization, stuff like that.
So you can tell us, who would you like to be the voice of Giana? How about that? Answer here or in the forum. Who would you like to be the voice for Giana?
The answer is so obvious.
Okay, never mind.
The answer is so obvious.
Same answer, I guess, as him.
I don't know what his answer is.
You point. I was expecting that you were asking her first.
No, okay, sorry. Yeah. So, what is yours?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I guess, I don't know, I kind of like the voice that she has now, but if she grows older, it doesn't work anymore. And no, I'm not going to say what you think I would say, because no, it doesn't fit, and no,
Actually, fun fact, the voice of Giana is the same as the voice of the yellow gummy bear from Disney's Gummy Bears.
Yes.
There we go.
Right now. My favorite voice for her is the Necromancer from Borderlands 2. I love the Necromancer and how she is narrating that character. It's great.
Not Tiny Tina?
Well, Tiny Tina is kind of overdose.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe if we have a more crazier version for her than Punk Giana, if this is even possible.
Okay, so we have to move on from questions for now. If you have any more questions, just save them for next time. We're going to be on the air more regularly again. So now we move on to discussions.
No, you're missing some. Look what your wife is pointing at.
Yeah, that's a discussion.
This
This is talking about Ravensdale and our visit to RPC. There, see?
But what do we discuss there?
We just talk about it.
Okay.
How awesome it was.
You're really
Confused.
Yes, me too.
Never mind.
Okay.
Anyway, we were at RPC. It was an awesome convention. We had a boatload of fun. You can see us there having fun, seeing other people having fun with our game.
So basically, let's start at the beginning. Basically, RPC is one of Germany's biggest role-playing conventions. So it started as a role-playing convention, everything involving basically role-playing games, from tabletop-based games over live-action role-playing, over pen and paper, card games, board games. Warhammer had a big booth there. Different booths actually from different Warhammer players. So this is how more or less how it started, and over the years more and more digital games appeared there. And since Ravensdale is, as I said, in a medieval petrol punk setting, it made a lot of sense to just go there and say, hello, we have a new game, a new Kickstarter soon. And of course we showed off Giana too. Well, actually we showed off only Giana, and we're talking to people and telling them how awesome Ravensdale will be.
Yeah. So that was a great stuff, and we actually met a couple of Giana Sisters backers. That was sweet. Very enthusiastic people who have already shown interest in the next Kickstarter as well. So that was a really fun experience, and we're hoping to go to more conventions as we go along in Ravensdale development. Obviously, Gamescom is our next target, and yeah, so if you come to Gamescom, hopefully you can visit us then.
If you're in the area and something like that.
Yeah. And another cool thing that happened during E3 is that we noticed a game. Actually, I didn't notice it at first, to be honest. It was during the Ubisoft presentation, I think. They were showing off a game called Max and the Curse of Brotherhood. And it was funny because I watched the trailer and I was like, okay, game. And then the next morning I checked our Twitter account and like hundreds of messages were like, what? That's just like Giana Sisters with brothers. And then I looked at it again, and if you look at the intro, look what happens there. A brother is being sucked into a vortex and the other brother runs to chase him.
Yep.
Sarah, did you not see this?
No!
I guess not.
Oh my god!
So if you see it, like you can check the trailer online. It looks even more like Giana Sisters when it plays, which is awesome. Like I'm really amazed by that. I don't know if it was an accident, if it just happened like that, if they actually drew inspiration from Giana Sisters. That would have been awesome. But in any case, I personally feel honored. So that's,
Does it have a twist too?
No. Instead of having a twist, they have a mechanic that's based on fluids and similar stuff. So you can alternate them and draw. You can basically draw magic lines, and fluids behave as you command them.
Yeah.
So no twist, but that case. Except that it's a platformer. It has two brothers. One is in the red.
One is a redhead and the other is blonde, and the one brother goes to rescue the other. So, so it was awesome. It was really sweet seeing that, and it was even better, obviously, seeing the tweets like, we recognize this from Giana Sisters. So that was really awesome. What else? Let's see. Okay, so since we're already on the topic, more or less, big topic in the gaming industry this week, obviously, E3. Lots of things happening there, and we're going to discuss now a little bit about E3, what we took away from it so far, what are our thoughts about it, so what Sarah, start off. Start us off.
Yeah, I was, I'm so amazed I can't even talk about it right now.
What was your favorite moment? So, from the press conferences, any particular press conference you liked?
I haven't seen that much of the press conference, to be honest, but I like the PS4 one because I'm curious to see PS4 and to get one, so I was following this.
Okay. Maybe? Favorite moment?
Mega Man and Super Smash
Oh,
Bros.
right, of course, yeah, I should have known that.
Enough fanboyism. There were actually quite a lot of nice moments for the whole show.
I forgot.
Go ahead.
Dragon Age 3.
I was about to say, I was like,
How could I forget
hell
that?
is wrong with Sarah?
Yes, I'm really sorry. No, I can't get over it. Sorry.
Okay. So continue, Schmitty, you were...
PlayStation 4 release, of course, which drew my attention at least. I wasn't so sure about the Xbox One. Never was really as a gamer, an Xbox player. I started as a Nintendo nerd and migrated over to Sony. And apparently it looks like now I'm migrating back to Nintendo, since everything they showed for the 3DS looked pretty juicy and good. And the upgraded eShop, of course, picked up my attention. So yeah, probably I will go for handhelds. Soon with a Nintendo 3DS, as soon as I have the money for it, of course. PlayStation 4 if it was released, and my good old PC, because nothing beats my good old PC.
Yeah.
Sorry, you consoles, you just barely can keep up with my PC.
Yeah. For me, I have to agree with Sarah. Dragon Age 3 was an awesome announcement, and I have to disagree with Ben Ken in the chat there. But that's a discussion for another time, burying the license and everything. But it made me excited, and I'm looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be good. I trust. I still trust. Anyway, other than that, what I liked very much was that there were a lot of new IPs going around, even
absolutely.
like for every studio actually, and every platform, there were a lot of new IPs instead of just rehashes from the old ones.
Yeah.
That was really nice. So Destiny looked really interesting. The
more details to Watch Dogs were just juicy.
Watch Dogs was again really nice, and then Ubisoft went ahead and unveiled another new project, the Division thing, that was also looked interesting, and more stuff. So Star Wars Battlefront 3. So that was also cool, and I mean that's actually an old license, but that hasn't been used in so long. And
it's good that it's back.
Yeah, exactly. So lots of interesting new IPs, and that's something I think also from a development point of view that is really good to get some fresh stuff into the market.
Absolutely.
And
especially maybe it will because it was for some time now. Okay, we get IPs and do just one hit over and over and over and over again, and especially publishers will go like, okay, we don't do new stuff now. For example, even within the old, because you're still stuck to the old consoles, but now it comes the next console generation, so maybe.
Yeah, and I have to. I mean, I'm as much. Or was as much disappointed as the next guy about EA's practices, and still have some of a grudge against them. But I have to give kudos where kudos are due, and resurrecting Mirror's Edge, that gives kudos from me, because that was not a game that sold very well. That was not a franchise that it was very well liked because it was something new and everything, but it didn't sell well, and now they're resurrecting it. So. That's good. I think.
But
I like that.
wasn't it something more like they're using basically the IP, but they are shifting the gameplay, so it's not this much jump and running anymore, but more like an action adventure? Wasn't it? I read something.
They're shifting to an open world model, pretty much like.
It's So it's open world, but it's supposedly. I mean, we haven't seen a lot of it, or I haven't seen a lot of it. But supposedly, it's still very focused on parkour. Running, jumping, but maybe a little more action, but still no guns. That's also good.
I remember those ninjas.
Yeah.
The cop ninja cops.
Yeah. So So that was nice, and then obviously E3 had a lot of controversy going on. One of those controversies we're going to talk about now is the whole used games hurting the market thing. So if you keep up with the latest news in gaming, you will know that there's factions saying, especially publisher factions saying that used games are bad for the industry. Right now, the way that it goes is that once a game is sold, that's the only source of income a publisher or developer has. And once it enters the used markets, it's nothing that we don't get anything from that. And some people are saying that is bad.
Bless you.
Oh,
Bless you.
thank you.
And some people are saying no, that's completely wrong. Everywhere else, it's my property. If I buy something, it's my property, and then I can do with it as I please. And the producer or developer of that property doesn't have to get a cut, such as maybe like used cars, basically. You know, you buy a new car and then sell it again. The car maker doesn't get a cut from that. Bless you, Schmund. So now that we've established what this is about, so let's hear it. This is annoying.
Thank you.
What are our thoughts about that from a developer point of view? Let's hear it, Sarah. Sorry, Schmitty, start us off.
Okay. Basically, I'm on Miyamoto's side here. So he was releasing yesterday or today a little interview about that, which is it's basically it's yours. What Miyamoto has said, for him, games basically are like toys, and you can borrow a toy if you want to your best friend so that he can play with it, and after he's done, give it back to you, or you can even sell it to a friend, for example. So this is his point of view for there of this whole thing, and I think I'm pretty much on the same terms with him. For me, for example, when I look at my Steam games, I've bought licenses to use those games, to download them from Steam service and play them. So this is my point of view of it. Maybe it's working in an entirely different kind than I was just living in my pink fluffy walls around me. But yeah, I think I take that stance towards it.
But as a player, I would agree with you. But what if you sell as a developer, and especially if you're an indie developer like we are, you have 50,000 copies of the game and you sold them, and everybody who gets this gives it to a friend. Then you're basically for each person losing one game that you could have sold. And especially if you're an indie developer, I think it kind of hurts you, doesn't it? I mean, it's one thing to give it to a friend to test it or to show it to the friend, and then the friend gets it. But if you're basically giving your license away because you don't use it anymore, then in fact the publisher or the developer is losing money.
I think I can tell you something very interesting of my personal past. So when I was between the age of 12 and 16 and games were, I borrowed. So I and my friends, we borrowed games to each other to play them because we had them to try them out, to play them. And the stuff I really loved and really liked, I was immediately after I gave it back, nagging my mother for, hey, get that, it's so awesome, I need that. So I think people, if they really, really cherish and like what you did, I think they really buy that stuff themselves to just own it.
Yeah, but you gave the game back to your friend, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yes.
But if you buy it used...
But you buy it yourself then.
Yeah, but if you buy it used...
Okay, I get your point.
So if that friend then sells it to you, then he gets money, and he essentially...
I think basically that pirates are more damaging than probably the used games market might be.
So my take on this is that the whole pricing system that the industry currently is stuck with is not working. It's not. just as an example, if you buy, let's say you buy Skyrim, and you buy, I don't know, Call of Duty, and you play both just for the single player campaign, right? Call of Duty, 6 hours, 10 maybe.
Yes.
Skyrim, 100 hours or more, 200 hours.
Sure.
And for both you pay $60.
Yes.
So something is obviously wrong there. Like, why do I have to pay the same amount of money for a completely different experience and value that I get? And I'm not saying that Call of Duty is not valuable, it's just it doesn't provide as much entertainment. And that's okay, it's okay. But why does it cost the same as Skyrim, when Skyrim gives you so much more? Should Skyrim be more expensive? Should Call of Duty be less expensive? Because let's face it, if you look at the prices really, what you get from a video game is incredible value for money. Like I said, Skyrim, I put, I don't know, 200 hours into it maybe?
Yes.
And if you divide that by the price you actually, paid for it, and then compare it to, let's say, a movie, it's kind of ridiculous.
Sure.
And then, if that whole metaphor that I mentioned earlier, the whole car industry thing, like when you sell a car and then you don't get a cut, you should probably compare games more to the movie industry because we're entertainment. And movies have the advantage they have multiple sources of income. Basically, you sell it, they put it once in the theater, they sell it as a DVD later on, they
Sell rights to TV stations.
Sell rights to TV stations, and later on special editions and whatnot.
And in between the rental market.
Exactly.
The rental market in between.
And for us, for the game developer, you sell a copy, that's it.
Yes.
Nothing else. We don't have first on Steam and then later on somewhere else. There's no difference there. There's no real different income solutions. And I think that's why used games are a bit of a problem the way it is handled right now. I don't think it works like it can continue working like that. But I also don't think that fully restricting used games and completely removing the rights of the buyer to handle their game the way they want to because they paid for it is also not the right way. I'm honestly not sure what the best solution to that is. I definitely think we need to move away from the $60 per game, regardless of what the game is thing. And I think we're going in that direction. Steam and other digital distribution platforms are great examples of games getting differently priced, even if it's right now it's basically just sales and whatnot, but still, sales are based on popularity and so on and so. So I think it goes in the right direction, but I think there's still going to be quite some change before long. Like it's not going to take too long until things change. And yeah, for me as a developer, I think we need to somehow find a way, a consumer-friendly way to deal with used game sales somehow. I honestly don't know how, but Ben can. But our next gen console is going to raise the cost of making games. Yeah. Wait. Is that part of our discussion or is that for a completely different topic? I'm not entirely sure right now. Ben?
There's a delay, so.
Yeah.
Explain yourself.
Explain yourself. We're waiting. Okay. Anyway, you can say it again later, but for now, let's move on. Okay. Next topic, the always on thing. So that was got a big backlash from the community, from the gaming community as a whole. The whole Xbox One has to connect to the servers at least once a day. Otherwise, you can't play games. In light of our current society, where being always on is basically a fact of life, like even if you're not on the internet at home, you have
many people.
it's not. That's the thing. It's not for everybody. There's still regions in the world where you don't have proper internet access or any. But is this a trend that we're going towards? You think, like everything goes digital, or and is basically every all the time connected, or what do you think? This time Sarah goes first.
Well, you're probably pretty much asking a person who's 24/7 online. Do you really need an answer from me for that? I don't know. I mean, I know people who still don't have proper internet, but and I guess for those people it would really suck if you need that. But yeah, I'm not one of those persons, and I don't have a problem with being always online. So, and I guess this is just the way we're going to. Maybe it won't be in like a year, but I guess in the next 5 to 10 years, everybody will be online. It's just because every media is going for online.
Except if the German telecom is not getting their way.
Yeah, but even they back down from that, as far as I heard. And
A little bit, yeah.
yes, and I mean, I think there was an article I read like a few months ago that this last year was the first year where there were more Skype calls made than regular telephone calls.
Okay.
So this just shows everything goes online, and I guess this is just a trend we're going for. Okay, maybe this will sound a little weird, but maybe Microsoft's just too soon with this. But I guess if they had come forward with this in like maybe 3 or 5 years, I guess they would have had the bikes there. So there you go.
In my opinion, I don't even think that they're too soon with it. I think they just very, very badly communicated it. I think I'm on your side. I think it is a trend that soon we will be all connected and all online. So yeah, that's basically the fact. But you have to communicate it to people who are not 24/7 online. Why you are going this step, and you have to continue to do it the right way, and not the way Microsoft did it. I don't know what they could have made better. I'm not an expert in this, but I think if you tell people you have to be always online because then you have this benefit and this benefit and this benefit and that benefit, and actually it all benefits you, I wouldn't say no if they say, okay, if you're always on, you get this piece of cake from me and this piece of cake from me and this piece of cake from me.
You have to provide the means for that, though.
Yes.
And I guess that's what Sarah meant when she said that maybe a bit too soon. That right now it's just the world is just not, the infrastructure of the internet is just not really ready for it just yet. On the other hand, as far as I'm aware, or as has been clarified, the Xbox One only needs to dial up once a day, and that's like not a megabyte long data transfer. It's just a couple of kilobytes that you transfer. You can basically do over a phone internet connection. So I guess it's not as bad as a lot of people make it out to be. For a lot of people, I think change is just generally scary. That's a natural thing, and
Yes.
I mean, I understand that too. I think everything is going towards complete interconnectivity between everything at all times. I'm not entirely sure if I like that, but from a developer point of view, it just makes sense because it gives a way to constantly provide, first of all, feedback, or not for us to provide feedback, but for us to get feedback, and also to provide content at the same time, which, is also possible by waiting, but it's just a more, quicker and more rapid fire or more permanent way of interacting. For example, let's say we make a game, like we make Ravensdale, and it's 4-player co-op, and we get our constant data feeds for user data mining, right? For where players go, how players go. Then, in theory, with an always online thing, we can work on like solving the problem. While we say, oh, okay, you see, there's a problem here. Players always get stuck or something like that. We work on that, and then we apply the data to the games even that are in progress, and the thing can update on the fly.
Yes.
And you don't even notice it. So I think that's a good thing. Yeah.
I really don't think that being online all the time is such a huge problem, especially for people getting used to it. It's just the idea of forcing everybody to do one thing or forcing something on everybody is not a good idea, because obviously if you are forcing people to do something that's different, like introducing change is scary as it is, but if you're forcing the public to change to something without giving them any other option, it's going to be met. It's going to be met with resistance.
Yeah, but I think this is a change that will change itself, because the generation grows and our generation gets older, and the new generations of people are always online right now, and just those people who aren't used to it, like we will get older. So
do you remember?
Get off my digital lawn!
Do you remember when television companies, they officially switched to digital?
Yeah.
I remember that too, and it was like, and I lived in a really small rural area. It's like we didn't get high-speed internet for like ever, like in our area. So, and all the people, like my parents, my grandparents, like everybody older than I was, is like, oh, they're forcing us to. What I want keep my bunny ears or whatever, and I want the option, and they're changing it without consulting us, and blah blah blah. And now, digital cable is standard. So
yes,
I think that it's just like that.
In Germany we had this with the cable thing always optional for a long time. And I remember my parents never had cable, right? So I grew up with I think 3 television programs. Till I moved out. And then because my parents always said, no, we don't need this, we don't want this, we will just sit around the TV all day because there's so much to watch then, yeah, right? And then we got the switch to the digital thing, and my parents now have, I think, 200 TV programs or something like this, and they just got used to it. And right now my dad is happy that he has all those German documentary channels where he can watch some stuff, so...
Ben raises an interesting question. What happens when eventually the servers get down get put down because of marketing shifts or bankruptcy, and the game is then useless? So this is something that is a valid point. Let's say you buy any game today. Or let's put it this way. I theoretically could still take my old CD copy of X-Wing Alliance, put it into my PC, and play it. And that's a game that's, I don't even know how old. Right? It no longer generates money in no way whatsoever.
The roof disagrees.
And the company even is gone. LucasArts is gone, right? So... In the case of always online, if the game always has to connect to a server, in this case, would that mean that now I can no longer play X-Wing Alliance, even though I have it at home?
But isn't that already the case for MMOs that go down?
Yes, but the question is if that's a good idea, or if we should at least find solutions to address that. Because, yes. I mean, that's again the whole thing with you're buying licenses to use it, and theoretically, I think it's even included in the EULAs that you basically say yes, the company retains right to just shut down the service, so on and so forth, based on whatever circumstances, and that's just not the right way to go about it, because in the end you pay for something because you purchase it, it's yours now, and why the hell should I not be able to play it in 20 years from now?
Yes, but then they could also make just a rule. Okay, if your server goes down, then you will do a last patch, like a last switch, something for your games.
But then,
your game functions offline now because the company doesn't exist any longer, and you can keep your IP.
So that's a thing that may have to be introduced. The thing I'm saying is we have to look at this, and the shift to always online and the whole completely interconnected society is not going to stop. It's going to continue, and we have to see to take the best out of it. And there's lots of positive things, especially from, like I said, from my point of view, from a developer point of view. I think an always connected thing offers so many possibilities. The one that I mentioned earlier. It's also good for new payment models that are currently not doable. It's good for content delivery. It's good for bug fixing. It's good for even for things like just on a theoretical thing, you could make developer events in game. If you know that everybody's always connected, then you can do a whole lot of things as a developer that you can't do right now. But on the other hand, you have to address certain concerns. At least that's what I think. Have anything left to say, my good lady and gentlemen?
Steak.
When is our next steak outing?
Steak.
Oops.
Steak.
Okay, that's dangerous. I think we're at the end of our show. Thank you all for watching. I think, are we going to be back in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
We're going to be back in 2 weeks. If you have questions about anything that we talked about today, send them to the usual contact points. I'm looking forward to Ben Ken's new comic whenever he does that.
No!
Sarah by now knows what I suggested, so Ben, you know what that means. And I'm going to have to talk to you, so stay online. I'm going to have to talk to you.
This is dangerous. Maybe we should.
Yes.
Plan B.
and anyway,
Tank
thank you
again.
very much for watching. See you